talk to me about emotional trauma and fascia and the memory.
Well, I feel like all the issues are in the tissues, right? And not just traumas and memories, but I mean, I can just give you some examples. I mean, we've had things like we had a woman who she thought she was allergic to our oil when the face blaster came out, and she had like kind of boils on her face. And so we were like, okay, stop using the oil. Actually, stop using the blaster. Like, let's just ride this out, drink a lot of water. 3 days later, she sends us pictures. She popped the boils and shards of glass came out. She had been in a car accident as a child, had no idea that she had this in her tissues. So that's a physical thing that can store in the tissues. I also like on a real rudimentary level, fascia is the only thing that's sticky. Like think about if you're messing with chicken, like the meat is smooth. It's the fascia. So just from a real simple letter, things are literally getting stuck in there. Toxins, plastics, whatever the hell we're breathing, preservatives in the food, all of that stuff is being stuck in the tissue. But just think about it, like when something traumatic happens, there's definitely like that, what do we do? Like if I was going to punch you in the face, what?
Contract.
And so I believe that's what's happening with the fascia or scars or anything else, is that we just get that like
Gripping.
shrink-wrapped gripping. Now, if we want to talk about ancestral or generational traumas that I believe, I don't have any proof of this, but I believe that they, come from the mother and father at the point of inception through the fascia. And then what we create, I think it's as simple as what we're understanding with water, because fascia is lined with liquid crystals, So it just depends on, that's my belief system, but I also study a lot of quantum physics and kind of alien stuff. And I think this is all part of like the theory of one. So you can either be real boring with it and be like emotions are sticking in the tissue, or we're gripping and it's sticking, or you can go all the way to the woo-woo side and go, okay.
Yeah. Water stores memory and frequency.
But I will tell you, I also teach people in this fascia training, so I have a lot of professionals, and it happens in our trainings, where people, it has to like leave the body. Therapists have like seen rapes, for instance, in their visuals. So we just have to understand that it's just like what Tesla was doing back in the day. Like, it's not about matter. It's about vibration and energy and frequency. And because fascia is primarily water and it's liquid crystal,
Yeah.
and it's electricity, right? We beat crystals together and they become piezoelectric. It's the energy system of the body. So what I would say is we don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is that when you can do practices, and there's all kinds of practices, my tools are a very tangible way, we can release that stuff.
So talk to me about Nexia. Now it's a fascia blasting tool that is motorized. Is motorized with red light.
Yeah.
We should be putting like sound frequency affirmations in there too.
Oh, honey, we should be doing our psychedelic breathing while we're doing it, while we bring in our, matriarchal ancestors. And all. No, I really do believe, like, when I think about my stuff is not the end all be all, right? It's heavily researched and we know that it remodels tissue. Okay, great. That's a reason for everybody to use it. But it's biostacking, right? It's not one thing. So yes, we should be doing breath work. Yes, we should be doing frequencies. Yes, we should be floating and doing our,
cold plunges,
our saunas, our hyperbaric action, and then, community, all these
Joe
things.
Dispenza advanced meditation retreats.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, we should. And I think that all the people are like, well, how does this affect fascia and whatever? And my answer is we don't really know yet, but it's got to be good.
Yeah. We're multi-dimensional beings and we need all of it.
Yeah. And it's so cool because, I live in the woo-woo capital of the world, Costa Rica.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. And so we're all into longevity and, plant medicines and even ceremonies without plant medicines is sort of a big deal down there, right? And it is about releasing traumas and becoming your authentic self. And this, by the way, is directly correlated to longevity, which now I'm super interested in. But we have shamans who are using my tools in ceremony, plant medicine ceremonies. And if you've never done it, I've only done it once, ayahuasca, and you do feel trapped energy. And so they chant. So there comes your vibration.
Yes.
And I can tell you when the chant comes, you're in this wonderful, peaceful place. And when they start chanting, it's like, oh God, here it comes. And it's like, and it gets in your body and it starts to shake things loose. And I remember he was using the, I don't know what they call it, but like the brooms. And no matter where he shook the broom on me, there was a place in my low back that I just kept feeling on this right side. And then so he kept going and kept going and kept going and put his hands on it and everything. And it ended up making me purge. So now the shaman, and he's legit, like from the Amazonian, he's using the Fascia Blaster tools when they feel that stuck energy. And he's like, Ashley, it's amazing. So what I would say is like, we don't really have all the answers, but it doesn't matter. We should be trying everything. Who wants to have a toxic vibration, which is all a memory or a trauma is in their body? Get it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes so much sense because I mean, you're like talking about peaceful state. I'm like, when I do ayahuasca, it is not a peaceful state. It is like, I mean, there's a lot of gripping that happens because you're moving so much and it's kind of out of body. And I've only done that a couple times. I've experienced a lot. I like you.
You're curious.
I'm curious, and I am called. I follow that's where right. I'm called. So that's so cool, though. I love when ancient wisdom can combine, and nature that's aligned with nature can combine with modern technology and invention.
And I really feel like it's so primordial, and it was just amazing because I have seen what fascia blasting does under ultrasound. I wish massage therapists and other modalities would look at it under ultrasound because that to me is like the proof. You know what I'm saying? But we did it with our tools, and what we saw is that it went from kind of mangled to like being beautiful, right? Like it was so obviously healthier. And so it struck me, again, when I'm following that intuition and that curiosity, I get chills. So I know. And then there's also synchronicity. So I also live in the jungle where there are spiders everywhere, right? Yikes. So I'm looking at this beautiful cobweb and I'm watching him do it. And he's doing it between the tree and my car. And I just stood there for a while and I was like, wow, like he intuitively knows how to do that. So have you ever seen cobwebs where they give the spider like LSD or caffeine?
Oh, yeah. And they do different structures.
Yes. So that is what I think. I think that we are like the spider and that we primordially grow our fascia beautiful and perfect. But then we eat McDonald's. Then we get in a shouting match. Then, and I think
tequila.
Exactly. What's wrong with tequila?
Yeah. All these things that affect
right. And then I think we start growing it. And then it really struck me too. Like if you were to take a knife and you like cut a cobweb, they like stitch up around it, just like scars and everything else. And so when I saw my work under ultrasound, I was like, it's not the tools. The tools tells the body to do something, and then it starts doing it itself.
And as you're talking about, I'm thinking of a spider web. It's obviously very sticky. It's how it catches its nutrients. It's how it catches its... And so if our fascia is like a spider web, it's like how it's catching information and energy from the field. And
go, Kelly.
Also, like Masaru Emoto's work, where you're freezing water that was infused with a frequency and an intention. One bottle was told, hatred or played, death metal. And then the other bottle was labeled love or played Beatles music. Like when frozen under a microscope, that water structure either formed these beautiful, symmetrical, how nature designed crystals, or the opposite was fragmented and like really,
Well, Well, Kelly, this
probably
is
how my fascia in my right shoulder
exactly
looks.
what is happening in our body. And I'll even take it a step up. So like, talking about being, lined in this liquid crystal, it is structured water, right? So imagine if someone's screaming at us, I hate you, or
we're telling ourselves in the mirror, we're like,
telling
God, I'm
ourselves
too fat,
that,
I'm dumb, I'm stupid.
I think it becomes a physical thing. So here's where it gets crazy. So we'll take it back into science world. Think about this. If I ask you, how do you get your nutrients to your cells? What do people say?
We eat.
Right? And then it goes into the blood, and the blood gives it to the cells. Okay, well, there's trillions of cells and less than a billion capillaries. So how does that work? The blood spills into this massive sponge, fascia. It's uptaken, and then it's given to the cell. I would argue that mitochondria is floating in fascia, and it's literally just like rivers that flows all of this. So if our fascia is obstructed in whatever manner,
yeah,
or an actual adhesion or a scar or whatever, the cell will die, period, the end, So this emotional piece is huge.